Sorry for the delay sharing updates, being out of touch. I am trying very hard to come through with recovery and sustainability, just being forced to struggle and barely able to survive. My 5 therapy buddies included, and I'm going to try to share an overview of everything and then go into detail, more specifics later. I'm getting ready tomorrow. Have to wrap up. Been forced to have a forensic evaluation, and apparently the public defender had deemed me as being incompetent based on inaccurate assumptions, and the quotes that they were sharing were not based on any truth or reality. But I am hopeful that they will be able to finally dispute the charges for trespassing, breaking, and entering that I ended up being incarcerated and thrown in prison for. Thank you to my friend Omar, who paid a $250 bail. If they did not receive the money, I would have probably died in prison there. And they took it out on me and did not even report or document my friend who was with me, who drove over there and took the video, which is evidence, as well as a text thread that I have submitted to the attorney. I am following up on that. I want to make it clear that I am not trying to violate any kind of policies or agreements or anything like that, or whatever. But my reasons for doing so are based on pure and innocent intent, and being able to share things publicly has been an outlet, the only outlet that I've had, not being able to know who to be able to have assistance with for safety and health issues, for legalities. So I did have permission, and Laura Cole is one of the attorneys who I was referred to through legal aid, and thanks Omar for the referral. And then she is trying to assist with the housing. She's referred me to another attorney here, Eliza B, and we'll be having to follow up with all of them for these issues that are interrelated, but they are also having to be addressed separately. So I'm trying to address these other things. I have a business that is not has been destroyed, and I am not even able to do anything with it right now. I want to thank the people who reached out, who tried to help us be sustained and survive. We're just trying to right now recover, and I haven't been able to have a vacation now in years or be able to go anywhere else. Have not even been able to invite it over to any family or friends. My own family was only able to invite me on special occasions like Easter. We have not been able to have any other contact with my own grandmother, who is 100 years old, and I have attempted many times to reach out. So I will explain more later, but we really are needing support, and I need to put this in writing that I have such bad writer's block. I was finally able to address some more details regarding the background for the Fairy Tale Farms case that I was told not to share anything more about publicly, but my reasons for doing so should be preventing me from further prosecution, which were based on false allegations and should have been disputed. But because of their lack of communication and refusing to do that was the main problem. So in summation, almost all of these struggles and all of these trials and things could have been avoided had I had my own independence and rights back, had they not threatened to remove support, had they not threatened to evict me, which would put me at risk at being homeless, which I have been before and should not have been, should have been preventable, and also having a criminal record, which I should not have, and I am struggling to be able to have gainful employment, let alone get a project, but needing to have a vacation so I can recover enough to stay alive, having done all the manual labor just to maintain this environment. So, yeah, I need to be able to breathe again. We need to be able to get to a place where we are not constantly threatened, verbal abuse, death threats, constantly judged, misperceived, and slandered, and all these things. But anyway, keeping the focus on the child tomorrow. I just want to clear up the, I'm sharing these things publicly so that whoever's able to provide advocacy and support, be it protection, be it defense, be it referrals, that they understand the true story and the background with that, and that I'm not doing this, I have the right intentions to be able to share these things, and I did have permission to do so. So for those reasons aside, but I just wanted to share that, and that I understand. I haven't even been able to be paid 1 penny of sponsorship, donations, of support, 1 penny per project, for anything that I have exerted so much effort and hard work to say. People complain about how long-winded I am, but they're not the ones who made the effort to put it out there. They are not trying to be, so no, we have not had any support other than my mother, who has had so much load and to deal with. She is needing a break from everything and everyone too. We are needing support to recover and to be able to repair our relationship. We are needing support to have relief from all of this, and yet I get blamed for everything, and people trying to secure this apartment here, and to be able to have safety enforced. Have been threatened not to contact law enforcement, have had several neighbors who are liable continuing to commit crimes, animal cruelty, bestiality, pornography, and also death threats, threatened to murder and martyr us. And if that I were able to ever, be on the red carpet, that they would be murdering and martyring me. And that, they would do what they have done to the animals that I have heard and felt suffering. I know how wrong it's been, and we are needing support to make sure we have protection, make sure we have care, because we have been tortured and traumatized, and that should have been taken seriously. We should have had support earlier from people who do care. And I apologize if I have not reached back to the right people, because I didn't know who they were. And I'm also without a phone because I've had hacking issues, so I'm not even able to access. I cannot get into my own phone, and I have not been able to get to the Apple Store or have support with the devices, including my Apple Watch, which was stolen. I was trying to return it because it was malfunctioning, and the hackers went in and disabled the device, so I was not able to access it since February of last year, and was on the way to return it and try to get my money back. But then somebody actually stole it, and I have to make a list now of all the items that have been stolen, including wine, and including, I am not a wine, I'll just clear that up, including beverages and food and things that have been poisoned and tampered with. I have been in recovery from people's DNA, their excrement, feces, their saliva, their other things that they have tried to poison and me with, and I have been in recovery. I've been infected. I need to get tested. The bunnies, we need a wellness check. I know that aware of they've been abused, and that they have come in and violated us in ways that are wrong from a human and animal rights perspective. And in fact, Pearlie has a burn mark here from innocence, and I cannot be blamed for things that I have tried put my whole life's work into, trying to be able to help remediate, to help repair. And we are needing help with what people have taken away and destroyed and violated and subjected us to, and also tried to use me as a scapegoat for their own wrongdoings. So we need to be on the same page for those of you who care, true family and friends. And I have been turned on by the ones that I thought were that loving and trustworthy. So I'm trying to be able to calm down and recover. It has definitely been bottled. It has definitely come through, and I'm worked so hard to be able to use coping mechanisms, medication I'm moving forward from. That is not even an issue right now. I am thankfully overall stable and sane, and it's a miracle that I've been able to maintain that. I have had my faith, and my true family and friends I want to believe will understand and not give up on us, and understand how much we have needed support to recover and not had open communication, which is a cornerstone and a key foundation for any relationship. And that's been the main problems have been lack of communication, lack based on lack of trust, have been the lack of support, financial resource, being able to have connections so that I could be able to relaunch my career that's been taken away by other people also, and firing me based on social media and society, assumptions, trying to protect their own relationship and not caring about mine. And having to recover from a psychogenic non-epileptic seizure disorder, which I still have PTSD from. And having to do all the following up and being blamed for not following up, and being blamed for being a wino and an alcoholic and acting out and not being whatever. All of this, these litany of irrational and illogical conclusions that people are drawing based on misperceptions and whatever. All of that I am trying very hard to clarify. Do not complain about how do not. If you really care, you will try to understand and try to help us, and I cannot afford to be put to go through one more thing. You want to be part of the solution? PETA included, who I've reached out to many times, and they're trying to penalize me for being outspoken. But not them, but I am trying very hard. That's just an example. And I have to, living in this litigious, I feel like I'm under a microscope all the time. And, I am not a prostitute. I am not a drug addict. I am not trying to get involved with any of that. And yet the people here, right directly in this neighborhood, whoever it is who is targeting me with crimes, trying to involve me with them, including acts of terrorism, which I was trying to report as a preventative measure, and nobody's explained to me what's going on 4th Street or Trey Street or any crimes that have happened, but I was intuitively aware, and I was trying very hard to protect myself. But guess what? I was trying to protect other people and animals too. So we definitely deserve equal protection under the law, and we definitely deserve a right to be heard, understood, respected, and appreciated. We'll share more soon. Thank you.